What's the equivalent of going to a White House dinner and being served McDonald's? Buying a $500 ticket to Coachella and being played a college kid's Spotify playlist on a $50 portable speaker. Sue, Fire Festival? If only. They didn't even have music. So it's just a bunch of children doing mima in a desert? With wild dogs? So are tickets expensive or? There's gotta be a downside, right? The all-inclusive discounted tickets to Fire Festival were $500. Going to work and not getting paid. Oof. That hit me where it hurts. I hope this shit ends soon. It's illegal for a company to do it. But bow for the government. Frown. Yep. My husband is Coast Guard. Only branch not getting paid. He still has to work though. It's been real neat. How is that not breach of contract? I truly do not understand. I don't see why anyone armed services that is under contract can't walk away when they stop getting paid. When they started shutting down the federal government for fun a while back, they noticed that certain functions can't be shut down even temporarily, or people die or commerce shuts down or whatever. Coast Guard, military, police, air traffic control. They passed a law says you guys have to show up for work even if you're not getting paid. Too bad. Why wouldn't they instead pass a law that keeps the government running and the workers paid while the politicians fight? Who knows? That's one thing I never understood about your American system. Over here in Canada, if a budget isn't passed by Parliament, then it's considered a vote of no confidence of the current government in power and we go back to election season. This actually incentivizes the elected folks to make a budget that makes sense, as they have a lot more to lose if ever a budget isn't passed, and can't pull this kind of shit. Public servants like me still get paid and it's usually quite business as usual. Honestly, I think that would make for a great constitutional amendment. Can't pass a budget. Immediate election with all seats up for election. For senators, whoever replaces the incumbent serves out the remainder of that candidate's term rather than a full 6-year term, so as to keep the staggered election cycle. Except the only people able to implement that system are the same ducks that got us into this mess. Going to a party that turns into an intervention. And it's an intervention for something which is perfectly normal everywhere except in your town or extended family. No grandnephew of mine is going to be a cereal eater. The duck, man? A cereal eater? Where did his parents go wrong? Worse, he was a serial offender. Get off Reddit, Thad. Having Gordon Ramsay serve you frozen fish sticks. Still frozen. What's Gordon Ramsay's favorite Disney film? It's Ducking Frozen. What's Gordon Ramsay's favorite sub? Rawu. Going to a job interview and walked into a room with 20 other applicants and they start a freaking PowerPoint presentation about partnering at a one-time, low-cost rate, and then you two can work for the company. Bullshit. Getting a toothbrush when trick-or-treating. If this was a regular thing alongside socks and mason jar tops, I would absolutely trick-or-treat as an adult. We need adult trick-or-treats. Though I'm sure it would devolve to vibrators and painkillers. Devolve? You see your favorite band but they're all drunk and playing like shit. Aerosmith 1978. Steven Tyler had the flu. Apparently he snorted a lot of flu that year. Joe Perry's autobiography is amazing. He talks about how the roadies would put lines on top of their amps, they'd cut the lights between songs and the band would blow the lines on stage between songs. It's a very candid assessment of his career. Supposedly Stevie Nicks insisted on playing white piano so she could have lines racked out on it undetected. Winning an event in the Olympics and getting a chocolate medal. Getting a bachelor's degree and then having to work at McDonald's. Being a White House chef. Ooh. At this point a lot of people have had better meals than you would eat at the White House. I.e. if you ever went to a wedding, funeral, opening of a business, Christmas party, prom or New Year's party, to name a few, you have had better reception than what WH offers. Winning $10,000 on a roulette table only to be given a $100 Amazon gift card because tonight is an annual charity event put on by both the casino and your girlfriend's church, but she didn't tell you. But hey, at least you get the satisfaction of knowing that the $320 you dropped tonight is going to the pro-life fund. I mean, you're pro-life, aren't you? You don't understand. It's not real money. None of these people have won any money. What? Didn't anyone read the flyer? Didn't this happen in The Simpsons? Yep, that's the quote. My wife worked at Toys R Us a few years back, and as is customary in retail had to work overnight on Thanksgiving night and into Black Friday. They told all the employees not to bring any food because they would be providing meals for them. She came home super pissed and said that the provided meal consisted of a honey bun from the vending machine in the break room and a Capri Sun. Not exactly the same, but when told you're providing a meal to someone, maybe actually provide a meal. Edit, holy hell, this blew up. Thank you to the kind stranger who graced me with silver. I'm glad my wife's misery got me fake internet points. Going to an expensive hairdresser for bleaching, paying extra for Olaplex to soften the damage, having half of your hair ripped out because she tried to lift 4 levels above what you asked for and very aggressively brushed it while wet, then being made to brush the other half of it yourself while she went and made herself a tea. I went home and cried for the rest of the day. Finding a village without a blacksmith. Oh, that happened to me recently. I burned it to the ground. Proper retribution. Getting your federal paycheck for 96 hours worked, and it's $0. Do you actually get a paycheck that says $0? I feel like that's just rubbing salt in the wound. Is there a legitimate reason for that? Not only does it say $0, it still lists deductions for taxes, SS, etc. Being invited to a friend's house for a girls' night that is spa-themed only to arrive and find out it's a MLM direct sales makeup skincare presentation. My mom, who was recovering from cancer, won a makeover for her and 5 guests. She invited all of her daughters to join her. Yeah, it was an MLM for makeup. We all had to put our own makeup on and sit through a meeting where the sellers got pins and crap and tried to get us to sign up. Mom got nothing. Wanted to punch the lady. I've never been so mad. When I was in grade school I entered, and won, a statewide essay contest for an organization that claimed it could keep kids off drugs. First prize was an entire collection of baseball cards, I mean hundreds and hundreds of brand new cards which are probably worth a fortune now. The prize was going to be presented at a ceremony with our state senator. It was a big ducking deal. I had to give up my chance to go to camp with my friends in order to be at the ceremony, but there was no way I was going to miss it. Let me tell you motherfuckers what happened. The contest organizers decided, because I was a girl, that I wouldn't want baseball cards. Instead, they waited until I was on stage and in front of cameras to inform me I was getting a fucking pink teddy bear they had bought as a substitute. They then gave the cards to the kid who came in second place, who happened to have the correct genitalia needed to enjoy baseball cards, but who also was in a wheelchair, so my mother didn't dare to complain. The year after that I started smoking pot. Fucking 80s, man. Going to your employee's house and getting steamed hams. You call them steamed hams despite the fact that they are obviously grilled. Excuse me for 1 second. You're an odd fellow, but I must say you steam a good ham. Seymour, the house is on fire. No, mother, it's just the northern lights. 18 of a second of a fire truck existing. Aurora Borealis? At this time of day? Localized entirely within your kitchen? At this time of day? At this time of year? Sitting down to dine at a well-dressed table, only to find out they've set out those plastic cutlery that look just like silverware. Edit, thanks for the silver, kind stranger. Hope it's not made of plastic. That's just every wedding I've been a guest at, lol. Your partner talking up their parents cooking forever, then the first time you go over to meet them, it's left overnight. You could always not know what a potato is to spice things up. A what? You know. A potato. Potato, eh? Never heard of it. Tastes very strange. Get the duck out of my house.